Stephen King has compared his work to the literary equivalent of a Big Mac and fries. That's true in that both involve an evil clown. But Stephen King has a lot going on in his writing. One example we'll explore in this video is the theme of water in It. Most people associate the story with Pennywise, but It is a story about water. In mythology, water is a symbol of psychological transformation. But let's look at how water is used symbolically in horror movies. Water is home to some of the most memorable monsters in film history. From Jaws to Godzilla, terrifying things come up from the sea.
There are dead things. Dead faces in the water.
Memories rise from the murky deep and haunt us.
No!
Plenty of films tap into our collective fears about what's hiding just out of view, though none of them sum it up better than this Far Side cartoon. People are afraid of creepy things lurking beneath the surface of their own subconscious, and terrified of the dangerous memories that come up.
Sea spits up what it can't keep down.
These water-based creatures are symbols of the unconscious mind.
Monsters from the id. Huh? Monsters from the subconscious.
Yeah, Forbidden Planet gets it. In Danse Macabre, Stephen King's book-long essay on horror, he notes that the first movie he ever saw was Creature from the Black Lagoon. And when he watched the movie on the drive-in screen, he knew that the creature would revisit him in, quote, the Black Lagoon of my dreams. Incidentally, in the novel, there's a scene where Pennywise appears in the form of the Gill Man. In the 1990 TV movie, Richie is visited by the werewolf from I Was a Teenage Werewolf, probably because it was cheaper to license. In the prologue to Night Shift, King compares his writing process to sorting through the sewer of his mind. Each day I sift the sludge anew, going through the cast-off bits and pieces of observation, of memory, of speculation, trying to make something out of the stuff that didn't go through the filter and down the drain into the subconscious. With that in mind, the truly horrifying thing in It isn't the clown. It's the idea of children living with trauma and adults haunted by the memory of that trauma. In It, memory takes the form of water. Look at all the ways water figures into the plot. When Pennywise returns, Mike finds an old photo during a rainstorm. When Bill is seen writing, he's describing a wet monster.
A shadowy figure lurches into frame, dripping with foul water and dark, oozing mud.
Richie even has a toy Godzilla in his pool. Like the other movies mentioned in this video, It has monsters in the water. Pennywise lives in the sewer. Ben's dead father comes out of the lake.
That's my home now, son!
In human form and as a corpse.
They all float.
Water is everywhere, and water brings terror. There's horror in the sinks, fear in the showers, and spoiler alert, a suicide in the bathtub. Water figures into the story on a literal level. It's raining at Georgie's funeral.
My cup runneth over.
It's storming inside the library. The police keep finding dead kids near the water.
There's been another murder. Little Velma Daniels.
Velma Daniels?
Her poor body was found this morning down by the canal.
The victim, 5-year-old Danielle Huxton, had been playing at the creek near her home.
Through water, the Losers Club finds a common purpose.
So you, haystack. What, are you building a dam or something?
They desperately want to control the water around them. Water can be contained, but it can't be destroyed. It just changes form and keeps coming back. And water keeps coming up in dialogue.
And he started collecting these old photos that go way back to the olden days.
Who'd want a history of this toilet?
Like a monstrous water cycle, the evil comes back every 27 years. There are other cycles too. Beverly ends up with a guy who's just like her abusive father.
Forgotten your lessons, Bevy.
Childhood patterns repeat into adulthood. But as grown-ups, they realize the terror exists in their heads.
You're not real! You're not real!
We can't wait to get you down here with us.
You're in my mind. Only in my mind.
And the psychological power of the water has been with them all along.
Do you know what a placebo is, Eddie?
I gotta go.
It's water, Eddie. Water with a squirt of camphor to make it taste like medicine.
H2O. Water. It's only water. It's all in your head, sonny.
The mind is soaked with memory.
So much came flooding back, it was like a tidal wave.
As soon as I crossed the county line, it was like this veil dropped over my eyes.
Maybe it's the water.
The water? Maybe it's the sewer.
The sewer. By going back into the sewer, they're confronting the stuff that didn't go down the drain, just like Stephen King does when he writes a story. For Screen Crush, I'm Kevin Marr.